The glass shook before I even heard the knock. Red and blue bled through the curtains, swallowing the walls in alternating pulses. Boots thundered up the porch. The first kick splintered the doorframe. The second broke it. A sergeant in tactical black stepped through like he owned the place. His gloved hand brushed the medals on my mantle, bronze, silver, ribbons I'd bled for, before he kicked them into a black duffel as if they were scrap metal. "Cuff this broken veteran." From behind him, her voice, warm once, now dripping acid, cut through the static in my head. "Take his useless daughter, too." My daughter's breath caught somewhere behind me. Small, fragile. The sergeant nodded. A SWAT guy grabbed my arm. His grip was steel, his tone a single word. "Move." But his eyes fell to the ink under my sleeve. A design not worn by civilians, not known by most soldiers. He froze. The room changed in an instant. Every man in black stiffened. Visors tilted toward me. And then, salutes. "We are extremely sorry, sir." My wife's laugh stopped mid-breath. Her lover's face drained of blood. They had no idea who I really was. This began weeks ago. The laughter in the kitchen that stopped the moment I stepped inside. The half-answered phone calls. The scent of cologne I didn't wear. I didn't question it, not at first. We'd been together too long for paranoia to be my first instinct. But silence has a way of fermenting into truth if you let it sit long enough. One evening, she came home late. Her hair was tangled, lips chapped, blouse buttoned wrong. She didn't notice my eyes scanning her, memorizing every detail. "Traffic," she said. Her phone buzzed on the counter. A message flashed. "Miss you already." She turned it face down before I could read the rest. That night I stared at the ceiling while she slept. Her breathing was steady. Mine was not. I began small. Numbers from her call history cross-checked with my contacts. A new entry saved under work. Work, apparently, called her at midnight. I didn't confront her. I smiled. I cooked breakfast. I kissed her cheek. My silence was a leash I wrapped around her throat one loop at a time. I checked her GPS history. Same location 3 times a week. Not her office. A private residence near the station. Police station. Her phone records led me to his name. Sergeant Nathan Cole. Married, 2 kids. I kept my voice level when I spoke to her, asked about her day, listened to her lie. When she left for yoga, I followed her at a distance, watched her car pull into his driveway, watched him open the door shirtless. I stayed in my car, memorized the angle of his smile, the casual hand on her hip, the kiss he thought no one saw. By the time I drove away, I knew everything I needed to. The confirmation came in a plain envelope, a private investigator's report, sealed and precise. Photos, dates, audio. One picture caught my attention more than the rest, my daughter in the back seat of his car. They'd taken her for ice cream. I didn't feel rage, not the kind that makes you shout. Mine was cold, quiet, surgical. That night I set the envelope on the dining table before dinner. She glanced at it, laughed nervously. "What's that?" "Something for you." She opened it. Her face changed in slow motion. Confusion, recognition, then the first crack of fear. "You," she began. I sipped my water. "Eat, it'll get cold." I never confronted him directly. I didn't have to. 2 days later, he walked into his precinct to find an internal affairs officer waiting. A folder slid across his desk. Photographs, time logs, statements. I'd made sure every detail reached the right eyes. Infidelity wasn't a crime, but misuse of department resources, falsifying duty logs, and carrying a firearm while intoxicated, that was career-ending. His wife received a package the same morning, copies of the same evidence. My wife didn't speak to me for 48 hours. On the 3rd day, she came home to find the locks changed. her clothes boxed neatly in the driveway. She screamed, cried, begged, told me I couldn't do this. I told her nothing. And now, here we were. Her lover tried to use the badge to humiliate me. She tried to use his authority to take my daughter. But when the men he commanded saw the ink on my arm, they remembered who I was, what I'd done, what I'd led. They stepped back, saluted, apologized. And in that frozen silence, she finally understood. She'd been playing a game on a board I built. I walked past her without a word. My daughter's hand fit into mine like it had when she was 5. We stepped into the night. Behind me, her voice broke against the walls, desperate and small. I didn't look back. The war was over. I'd won without firing a shot.